Good morning. This is Erwin St. Rose reporting for WKEJ News in Chicago. In local news, CTA president has to give up lucrative secret CTA pension. The Chicago Transit Authority's new president has to temporarily give up collecting a pension from a previous CTA stint that paid him $750,000 in just over 5 years. The Chicago Sun-Times reports that Doble Carter took advantage of his CTA early retirement program in 2009 when he left to work in President Barack Obama's transportation department. In Washington, he took home $284,000 a year in salary and pension. Now, the 57-year-old Carter is Chicago Mayor Rob Emanuel's pick for CTA president, making $235,000. Documents examined by the Sun-Times and the Better Government Association show Carter signed up for an early retirement program CTA offered executives to save money. He paid $245,000 into his pension. CTA spokesman Brian Stale says Carter was not given special treatment. In national news, will JFK runway closure create a summer air traffic jam? Big crowds, bad weather, and the most congested airspace in the nation. If you're flying in or out of New York's JFK International Airport this summer, you can now add a fourth potential challenge to your travel plans and peace of mind. A runway that handles a quarter of JFK's traffic will be closed all summer, the airport's busiest season, creating the risk of travel delays at an airport already notorious for long waits. Travel to and from JFK, which handles 50 million passengers a year and is the country's #1 airport for international travel, peaks during July and August. The runway 4L/22R closed in April to be widened and lengthened and will remain closed through late September. According to the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, which operates the airport, the $457 million renovation is meant to enable the airport to handle larger planes, including Airbus 380s, and to satisfy FAA mandated safety zone requirements. So far, however, there have been no construction-related delays. The Port Authority and the airlines have made operational changes to accommodate the new runway configuration. American Airlines, for example, has adjusted block times, i.e. the time from departure gate to arrival gate, and shifted flight schedules so fewer flights land during peak hours. We haven't seen any impact whatsoever, said American spokesman Matt Miller. It's been a great collaboration between us, the FAA, and the Port Authority. Now for sports. Jake Arrieta on point as Cubs cruise past Twins. It looks like it's time to start feeling bad for teams that have to face both John Lester and Jake Arrieta in the same series. Arrieta followed up Lester's stellar start with one of his own, tossing a complete game shutout as the Cubs cruised to an 8-0 victory over the Twins in front of 40,273 fans at Target Field. Arrieta struck out 7 and allowed just 4 hits. A lone run in 15.1 innings from the starters is a heck of a way to close out a series against a Twins team that's been playing good baseball lately. After you lose the first game, here you go. Who's pitching tomorrow for us? Oh, good. And then, who's pitching for us the next game? Oh, good. Madden settled the Cubs trotting out Lester and Arrieta back-to-back. So you think that way, and you're feeling in a pretty good position to come back and win the series, which we did, and both guys set the tone. The day after Madden pulled Lester with 1 out and nobody on in the 7th inning, Arrieta was allowed to finish the game despite throwing 110 pitches through the first 8 innings. He was on a short leash, and at the end right there, Madden said, "I thought his stuff was holding and actually getting better, and I did not want to prevent him from doing that, for a couple reasons. One, he's one of the most well-conditioned guys on the team, and two, when you do something like that, I think it can lead in a positive way into your next performance. Now, if he was in a lot of high-stress moments, it would have been a different story." In movie box office news, Jurassic World and Inside Out shatter box office records. The North American box office sizzled as Disney and Pixar's Inside Out and Universal's Jurassic World duked it out at the multiplexes. After shattering records for both domestic and international debuts, Jurassic World became only the second film in history to top $100 million in 2 separate weekends. The dinosaur sequel nabbed first place with a massive $102 million, pushing its domestic total to $398.2 million. Jurassic World has now passed Jurassic Park as the highest grossing domestic release in the franchise's history when not adjusted for inflation. Its dominance ended one of the most remarkable winning streaks in cinema history, putting a period to Pixar's run of first-place finishes. Every previous film released by the studio debuted in the top spot on domestic charts. Not that Disney is complaining. Inside Out scored the second best debut ever for Pixar, behind only Toy Story 3's 110.3 million opening and the highest opening weekend ever for an original non-sequel property, passing Avatar's $77 million start. The Brainy Family film picked up $91 million from 3,946 playdates. That was a significant jump on the $60 million plus opening that Disney had projected for Inside Out. Inside Out represented a big gamble for Pixar. It had a concept that defied an easy sales pitch and could have gone soaring over the heads of younger moviegoers. Instead, critics praised the film as ranking alongside such previous Pixar greats as Up and Wall-E. Final numbers have yet to be calculated, but the overall box office will likely annihilate the figures put up a year ago when Think Like a Man 2 and Jersey Boys opened. Lastly, for business, highest paid caddies in the PGA Tour. The world's best golfers are playing this week on Chambers Bay Golf Course, which overlooks the Puget Sound near Tacoma, Washington. They are competing for the U.S. Open trophy and $10 million in prize money, with the winner expected to pocket $1.8 million. One person on the course will bank $180,000 without ever taking a shot this week. The lucky recipient, the caddy of the player holding the winner's trophy on Sunday. Caddies are often viewed as teenagers earning spending money during their summers or through the lens of Caddyshack groundskeeper Carl Spackler, who said he hauls off and whacks one big hit with the llama. But caddying for a PGA Tour member is an entirely different animal. Top caddies can make seven figures, and 10 of them made at least $600,000 in 2014 by Forbes count. Leading the way on the caddy pay scale in 2014 was Micah Fugit, who caddies for Billy Horschel. Fugit earned nearly $1.6 million last year thanks to Horschel getting hot at just the right time. Horschel won a second and third PGA tournaments of his career during the FedEx 1.37 Cup playoffs, which crowned him as a FedEx champion and included a $10 million bonus. Fugit's cut of the bonus, $1 million. That is one big tip. Shock, happiness, joy. You have such a wide range of emotions, Fugit told Golf Week after Horschel surprised him with the $1 million check. Fugit plans to set up college funds for his two children with the big payday. Fugit's $1.57 million in earnings would have ranked number 66 on the PGA Tour's money list last year. Caddy player contracts run the gamut, but most established players pay around 8% on winnings and 10% for a win to their caddy, according to James Edmondson, who is president of the Association of Professional Tour Caddies and loops for Ryan Palmer. Younger players and those without a consistent caddy might fall back on the traditional 5%, 7%, 10% formula for the following finishes: making cut, top 10 winning. We use Edmondson's estimates for the foundation of our earnings numbers. Caddies also make $1,500 to $2,500 per event in base pay. Caddies earn additional money from their own endorsement deals. They must wear bibs with names and logos of tournament sponsors, but they can display their own logos on their hats or shirt sleeves. This has been Erwin St. Rose reporting for the WKEJ News in Chicago. Have a great day. Until next time, Chicago.